Neither here nor there. Who's your all NBA team?
At the starting point, I think it's gonna be Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Two guard, I think it's gonna be Klay. Or no, I'm going with Harden, I guess, because kind of have to
if you picked him for MVP.
Yeah, so sorry, scratch that. Klay will make second team. He was second team last year, yeah.
Second team, yeah, I think so.
3, probably LeBron. 4, you think is LeBron slated as a 3 or 4?
3.
4.
It doesn't really matter anymore. I'm pretty sure it's just 3 front court positions. They don't even
like the All-Star.
They don't even qualify.
No centers anymore.
For the All NBA, I think it's the same. I think it's just
because I know the All-Star is just 3.
I'm pretty sure it's just 3 front court players now.
Well, in that case, LeBron, Kawhi, Durant.
It's more or less what I went for. I went for Steph, Harden, Kawhi, KD, and LeBron.
I think Curry's gonna come back on the second team with Klay and Draymond. So.
You think Chris Paul's gonna put up a better season than Steph Curry?
No, I just think he's gonna have better numbers. I still think the Warriors are gonna be incredible.
I think he's gonna put up more or less the same numbers he always puts up.
Probably.
But and plus, you know what the big thing is? People don't like Chris Paul.
He's a whiner. But
it's not even that, like, I like him as a player. I've always liked him as a player. I don't really give a shit about him as a personality. But as far as the voters, again, these media personalities, there's a lot of guys don't like Chris Paul. And that plays into a lot of this shit.
Well, he's an insurance salesman. Yeah. I mean, does those State Farm commercials? I don't know. It's the Clippers team, they're kind of hard to like. Like, I know they're getting better, and they're not quite as bitching about everything, but, like,
yeah,
they take a lot of really hard fouls that are...
Blake gets messed up.
Blake get messed up.
He gets hit hard. Now, granted, he whines.
He'll hit you back, too.
He
breaks his own
hand. He whines. He does whine, but he gets hit hard. He gets, like, the kind of... Especially because guys don't like getting embarrassed, and guys don't like, guys dunking on them and, knocking them around and stuff. And he's just a beast. He's just someone who, like, if Blake lowers his shoulder and puts it into you, you're going flying. I don't care if you're...
Oh, he's a big dude.
And guys, people don't like that. That's why he gets crazy hacks. And he doesn't get... And the refs just don't call it the same way they do about other players, like... But yeah, no, that's my first team. I think we can get into this with the whole top 15, top 20 players thing. But I think this is as stacked as the league's been with talent.
Oh yeah.
And the entire time, me and you probably, like, we're about the same age, and we've probably been able to follow basketball properly from about the same age. Like 2000, really, I was 15.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really follow it that well before that, and especially with the advent of the internet.
It wasn't until about 18, 19 that I really started watching a lot of games.
But like this is as stacked as the league's ever been in my opinion. Like, well, you run down your. I'll put it in the description box. Your top 15.
Okay.
And then you give me, read out your top 15, and then I'll kind of argue when I feel the need to. Not you read the full list, and then I'll tell you which ones I don't like and which ones I like.
Okay, so top 15. Number 1, obviously, I think LeBron, King James. Number 2, that Curry guy, Stephen Curry. Seems like a very nice boy.
Yeah, needs to shape more.
He does. Yeah, he's awesome. Kevin Durant, whatever. Kawhi Leonard, he's incredible. Westbrook, Harden. Number 7, Klay Thompson. 8, Chris Paul. Number 9, John Wall. Number 10, Draymond. 11, I like Paul George. I think he's pretty good. 12, I had Dame. I know he's pretty down on this list. 13, because it's an unlucky number, Anthony Davis. Nobody fits that to a T better. he's just missed way too many games. 14, I do like Blake. And 15, I had Lowry here. This is more just out of respect for the Raptors somehow going to get 2 seed last year, making to the Eastern Conference Finals. I like Lowry's game a hell of a lot more than I like DeMar DeRozan's. I don't think he's actually the 15th best talent in the league, but the way he plays and comes ball to the wall, nobody else actually really does that, tries every single game with all-out effort. And so I'm going to respect him and be like, yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is more or less like a regular season kind of thing, right? Before I could get into it, I think really that 3 to 11 or 12 spot, 4 to 11 kind of or 12 spot. You couldn't reasonably argue most of those spots. Reasonably, I might have stronger opinions on certain players, but everyone's so good that you can make a fairly strong argument for anyone in any particular order. I think LeBron, I'd probably put KD ahead of Steph, just for versatility, defense. I think he brings more or less most of what Steph brings on offense, but with more on defense and more kind of, just brings a little bit more to the game than what Steph does. Although,
I mean, last year Steph was like that. That was the best season I've ever seen. So
I think when I made my list, I had Kawhi 4, I had Westbrook. I had Harden 5th. I think that, and we kind of had this debate the other day. I think that Harden's the more talented offensive player. He's so incredible on offense that it makes up for the fact that he is a subpar defensive player. Although I think he has the capabilities to be an average player.
Yeah.
An average defensive player. I think Westbrook gets away with murder on defense. I think most people don't realize how bad Westbrook is on most nights.
He gambles all the time.
He gambles, and he's also just he just mails in plays. People talk all the time about on offense and in terms of just getting around the court on most plays. But sometimes he gives up on plays as well. So I think that Harden brings more to the table. He's a better shooter. Westbrook's a better rebounder. He's obviously just more. Maybe we can wear guys down more from a physical standpoint.
Harden's a pretty strong dude as well. They're both awesome.
But there's no real right or wrong answer to. I think you could Kawhi, Westbrook, and Harden. You could probably reshuffle those guys, and I wouldn't get that annoyed by it. Klay Thompson, I think, is way too high on your list. Number 7, I think
37 points in a quarter is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but that's neither here nor there. What someone can do in a quarter, but. My main reason for that is I made this comparison on Twitter the other day. It's Klay Thompson is when someone would play in Street Fighter and they'd be Blanca. That you knew what was coming every time, and most of the time it's pretty difficult to stop because they're just standing there doing that little stupid electricity thing. But every single time Klay Thompson gets the ball, he's an incredible shooter. He's not that good off the dribble, but incredible spot up.
Oh my God, yeah.
Shooter. He's gotten better at putting the ball on the floor, but he's still very subpar putting the ball on the floor.
He needs to work on his just playmaking and just.
Not a good rebounder. He's not a good passer. He excels in 2 areas: shooting and perimeter D. So I just feel like he's a little bit overrated.
I understand it. He's not versatile. He's a 3-and-D guy, but he's the best 3-and-D player anybody could ever potentially hope to be.
I think
amazing.
Yeah, I think I would put Paul George. I would slap Paul George further up. You have him at 11. I'd put him closer to 7. Because I think again he doesn't really have that many. Doesn't shoot the ball great overall. I think a little bit of that with some rust coming back from injury, and he's a little bit more of a streaky shooter, but incredible defender, good rebounder, good passer. athletic, good in transition.
Does everything.
Does everything
well. I would say nothing completely great, although he's excellent athlete and just his athleticism. His defense probably is great. I'd say his defense is best aspect.
Well, as I said, he shoots the three
Almost
almost as well as what Damian Lillard does. He takes a lot. But people always say about, but Damian shoots so many contested off the dribble threes. Paul George was shooting a hell of a lot of contested off the dribble threes last year. The only reason why I'm giving you Eddie and Blake Griffin at 13 and 14 is because, well, Eddie has had trouble staying healthy, which we talked about, and Blake's coming off injury plagued season with
ravage, not even
horrible chemistry issues. Now, I think those two guys, Blake at 14, Eddie at 13, probably could have the biggest potential jump here. I'll give it at that. I mean, I'll give them there because of injuries and all that kind of stuff, and we don't really know what way things are going to pan out. I think Blake has actually been at times like a top 5 player. You know, over the past couple of years, Eddie, well, he was incredible.
Yeah.
But it's just the injury thing.
Well, yeah.
Damian Lillard, I'd push him down. I'd push him down.
Out of 15?
15 or 16 seems about right for Damian Lillard for me. Incredible player. I always feel like I'm giving him shit for no good reason, but like he's just.
All right, Blazers fans, comments. I'm Dylan. This is Paul. He's the douchebag. He's the one who hates on Dame for no reason.
It's not that. It's just
he hates your city. You damn yuppies.
It's not like he's an exceptional playmaker. It's not like he's bad on. He's bad on defense. He's bad.
Get steals at least.
Yeah, he does incredible scorer. Very, very good scorer from a very specific standpoint. You know, he was finishing very well at the basket in the game I watched today, but typically he's been a jump shooter. He's not been as good at getting to the rim and finishing as some other elite point guards. Like if you compare him to like a Kyrie,
yeah,
I think Kyrie people always talk about as if bad defenders are all created equal, but I think that Kyrie is a bad defender, but he's better than what Damian Lillard is on most nights and has shown an ability to be better. I think Kyrie is incredible at finishing at the basket and is a really good 3-point shooter, and he's really clutch as well.
Kyrie Irving.
And I wouldn't put Kyrie into the top 15 players either.
Yeah, Kyrie was going to be up there for me, but he only played 53 games last year.
Yeah. Draymond is a kind of perplexing player because on one hand I'm like if we put Draymond Green on, give me a middle of the road team, we put him in Sacramento. No, I think if he went to Sacramento we'd make them a whole lot better. But
yeah,
but like there's not
the Bulls.
Yeah, like there probably is certain situations you could put Draymond Green in where he's maybe not going to make the team that much better. But I think anytime you've got a competent roster, he's the type of guy that's going to make everything run so much better.
He's a perfect fit for the Warriors. It's a completely mutualistic relationship for them, I think. Because what he does, he passes to open teammates, and he just does everything, and he does it pretty well. So
this Draymond Green is probably the player that me and my mate Looney disagree with about the most. Out of any other player that we've ever talked about, it's Draymond Green is the one who, because he claims that he said he'd have him at about 25th in the league or something like that. He says he's completely overrated. Here's my argument for him. If I was going to sum it up, right, it's how many players in the league can competently, and this is the basement because you could make the claim that he's a very good defender, can competently defend all 5 positions, can consistently make incredible reads and passes in the pick and roll, can hit a 3-pointer, and hustles and plays hard every single time he comes onto the court. How many players can you officially say that about? And can grab you 10 rebounds a game. How many players out there can do that? Every other player has a weakness in one of those areas. Something's not. Harden, he's not quite got the hustle. Blake, he hasn't got. Oh, he might have the 3-point shot this year.
Same kind of thing. Davis might eventually get there. Cat might get there, but those are.
There's all these players that just kind of have that, and Draymond's not incredible. I don't think he's not. I mean, I suppose you can say the fact that he can defend all those positions makes him. Like, he might not be a top 3 lockdown defender. He might not be a top 3 post defender. But the fact that he can do both of those things really well.
Top 10 in both of them is pretty special.
You can he got pushed around a little bit against Aldridge today, but like you'll see him sometimes muscle much bigger guys, and then you'll see him chase much smaller guys. And there's just not many guys who can bring you that. So that's why I always have him. Like I really need to think about it again, but 10 to 15 seems pretty reasonable for Draymond.
I mean, plus that Game 7 was.
Game 7 performance was incredible.
It was legendary. Like, I know they are a bunch of losers, but like, not that guy. That guy played with some heart.
Yeah. Cool. But no, that's it. I'd really need to sit down and check my list out. But as I said, it just shows you how good the league is. At the moment, you'd have more arguments once you get out of the top 20. You could have way more arguments about players. I think Giannis is pushing on that. Showed up at the end of this year, he'll be pushing on that top 20, top 25 list. But like, you'd have way more arguments as you get further down the list in the top half, like in the top 20, because there's just all these guys are just so good. It's like, I mean, probably the biggest omission from a talent point of view on your list is Boogie, but with the chemistry problems and he's not necessarily been the best teammate, and you can argue with the results and some things. I'd probably have him in the top 15.
Yeah, but, I could see him. I mean, he's a better player than Kyle Lowry, but in that case, he hasn't been on a good team since
he's never shown it.
Whereas Lowry was somehow got a pretty bad Raptors. Well, not a pretty bad, a pretty good Raptors team, but took them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and actually won 2 games?
Yeah.
So yeah. Other omissions, Melo. I just couldn't do it.
Same kind not that good anymore.
He's
not that good. He's not top 20 anymore.
I mean, 22, almost 8, 4 dimes. Like it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a career-defining year for him in the Knicks.
Rose was shit today. Rose was terrible. Like, he was so bad. He was. If he wasn't getting out in, like, when he was out in transition, maybe his first 5, 6, 7 attacks in transition, like, he had a couple of like good finishes and whatever, and after that you could just tell, man, he was like, when sometimes I coach kids in basketball in school, right? And but like, they go like this, when they don't know how to play basketball. What's the first thing a kid does when they don't know how to play basketball?
Yeah.
They go down, like head down, and he's got tunnel vision, man. All he does is just he's just got a beeline for the basket. I think he had like 1 assist. You know what I mean? He's playing with Melo and Porzingis, and he's got 1 assist. Noah was running like he wasn't decomposing in front of your eyes, which was a good thing. Rose, if he could somehow just turn himself into nothing more than a fast break guy who's going to move the ball about, but I just think his ego's not going to let it happen.
Yeah, well, you're going against the defending champs. Maybe I wouldn't read too much in one game.
But it's not even so much about who was in front of him.
Yeah,
it was the style of play. He's a point guard who's not getting guys involved and can't shoot.
Didn't take the bull by the horns.
Hey! Someone on Twitter earlier said, I guess Derek really didn't really fail to rise to the occasion or rise to the occasion. I mean, maybe he didn't rose to the occasion. I was kind of like, that's terrible, but
that's pretty bad.
I like it.
So you're bearish on the Knicks?
I think they're going to be terrible. I'm going to stick with my preseason. Whether they were playing the Cavs or whether they weren't, the Cavs weren't even. It's not even like the Cavs were spectacular that day, but the Knicks were just.
Well,
the Knicks were terrible.
To be fair, it is literally impossible to beat LeBron when he's getting his ring. Nobody's done it yet, so infinite winning percentage for him.
He the Knicks were supposed to be running the triangle. It was more like the statue offense. It was literally just like either the only like points that were getting Melo was, doing a few things in isolation, and God bless his wee cotton socks. Noah was trying to, Noah was trying to do a couple of things and get the ball moving, but like
who was on Porzingis? Thompson?
No, Thompson was shite today. Thompson only plays well against the Golden State Warriors. It's weird. It's like the ultimate matchup. Well, not that he only plays. Like he plays okay.
Plays well against Verjao,
but like, yeah, but like, he wasn't particularly good today.
Well, just who was Porzingis? Was
Porzingis
was 5 or 4?
Porzingis was okay. He was playing with Noah most of the time. But he wasn't really getting. I mean, I think at one point I looked and Melo and Rose had 30 combined shots, and Porzingis had like 8 or 9 or something like that. And you could tell, because I think Porzingis is a good kid, and he's not gonna like.
Yeah, not with Melo.
He's not gonna like ruffle feathers or like start getting kind of. But you could tell a lot of times he was just kind of trying to work out what way he was going to get involved, and he just doesn't have anyone. So all these people talking about what a big upgrade. Rose was going to be over. Who was the point guard last year? Like Calderon and fucking Sasha Vujacic. Like, I mean,
I've heard nothing but good things coming out of Knicks camp this year on the machine.
Anyway, do you want to wrap things up?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Let's get it too.
Yeah, guys, thanks very much for tuning in again. And as always, if you could hit subscribe, it would be a lot of help to us. Hit subscribe, like a video, say something mean about us in the comments. Anything.
Remember Portland? He disrespected the shit out of Damian Lillard.
I did. I'm sorry.
Let him hear something nasty. Nobody's called us assholes yet.
Yeah, he's got DM as the 12th best player in the league. Granted, I'd have him lower, but still.
4th in the MVP race, y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Never forget.
Yeah, guys, thanks very much for listening. Catch us all later.